Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to another video tutorial. Today's topic, finding the volume of prisms and cylinders. So, you know the drill. Get out your pencil, composition book. Let's take some notes. Yummy. Coffee, I love it. All right, so we're gonna work on how to find the volume of prisms and cylinders, okay? The good news is, finding the volume of a three-dimensional shape is easier than finding the surface area of a three-dimensional shape. All you have to understand is when you want to find the volume of a cube or prism, you just want to know the area of its base, and then you times by its height. For example, here's the proof. Look at this. I guess you can call this a Rubik's Cube. It kind of looks like a Rubik's Cube, all right? Well, how many total cubes make up this Rubik's Cube? Well, you know it's 5 by 5. Its length is 5. Its width is 5. And its height is 5. That means the area of its base, this area right here, the first row, well, that would be 25. So there's 25 in that first row. There's 25 cubes in that first row. And how many rows go up? What's its height? 5. So you can do 25 plus 25 plus 25 plus 25. Or you could just do 25 times 25, right? And you know the total number of cubes that make up the volume of this shape would be 125. So to find the volume of anything, you just want to know the area of its base and multiply it by its height. Once you do that, find the area of the base and then times the height. Okay? And one thing I forgot to add is, what are you finding when you find the volume? I mean, what does that really even mean, 125 cubes? Or what does it mean about the volume when you find the volume of any shape? Well, for example, look at this trash can. This trash can has a volume. It can only hold so much water. That's what volume is referring to. It can only hold so much. It has a certain capacity. I can start pouring water in here, the hose, and eventually the water will fall out. But the volume of this trash can is more than the volume of this coffee cup. This is probably maybe 12 ounces, you know. The volume of this, gosh, probably 128 ounces are in a gallon. So if I'm estimating, this is probably, I mean, you probably can get close to 6 gallons maybe. I don't know. But this is less volume, right? But this is better. This is just trash. Okay, so anyway, volume. Volume just means how much something can hold. Another word for volume is capacity. When you measure things in volume, you measure them with cubes. So, I guess I thought I had this, but you use actual little cubes to count how many that takes up that space. You use cubes. So when you hear answers like 125, they might say centimeter, you know, these might be centimeters. You might hear centimeter cube, or you might hear 8 inches cube, or you might hear 12 miles cube. You're using an actual cube and you're putting cubes into that shape to find out its volume. Because a cube takes up space, takes up a certain defined space, okay? Okay, so let's move along. So here, if I was asked to solve these two problems, or actually you guys go ahead, just press pause and work them out real quick, and then we'll talk about it. Go ahead. Okay, so find the volume of this. Well, remember, it's just the area of the base, which would be length times width. That's the area, times the height. So you've got 3 times 2 times 3. Wow, it's 18. And then if those were centimeters, you would say centimeters cube. If those were inches, you would say inches cube. Okay, let's just say centimeters, because I like to use that unit a lot. Centimeters cube. Okay? Again, here, we haven't discussed this, but you should know how to solve it, right? Because to find the volume, you just need the area of the base times the height. So here we have a circle, right? And you know to find the area of a circle, it's pi times radius squared. That's the area of a circle. Okay, And then you times that by the height, which is 10. Let me change it to a. So to find the volume of a cylinder, pi times radius square, that's the area, times its height, okay? So now here you would do 3.14 times, it looks like the radius would be 3, right? So we got to square that, so that would be 9 times 10. Well, let's just do this first. This is 90, and then times, and then I've been multiplying 3.14 times 9 for quite some time now, so I know that equals 28.26. I hope. I think it does. So 28.26, but then you got to move the 0 over, I think. So I think it's 228.26. I think it's 282.6, I think, centimeters cubed. Let me get my little trusty calculator out real quick, just to make sure I'm telling you guys correctly. So 3.14 times 90, 282.6. Yeah. Okay. All right. So again, to recap, if you want to find the volume of any shape, find the area of its base times its height. That's it. Okay. So here, and I don't know why I have this on this page. I should have had this a few pages before. But anyway, I was just showing you about here. When you're finding the volume, you're using actual cubes. So here, I'd be placing cubes in here to find out how many cubes would take up this space. And you can only hold so many cubes. And so you're using actual cubes and you're counting them and it fills up. Okay, so that's why you use the word cube when you find volume. So I don't know what I wrote back here. Yeah, it's a number of cubes that will fill up the space. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Just press pause, solve these two problems. We'll go over them. This is a cube, okay? We'll go over these tomorrow. I don't think you'll have any trouble. And I think that's all I will have you guys doing. Let me see. Oh, and then I didn't put little stars. Oops. So solve these three problems, press pause, and then also do these two problems. Actually, I did put stars. Solve these two problems too. So this is a little bit harder. I would solve these algebraically. So write your equation, plug in the numbers, and then find for the unknown variable, okay? And I think that's it. That's all I want you guys to do. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed today's video tutorial. Only about 8 minutes long. Not too bad, not too shabby. See ya.